Right, good morning, how are we doing? Right, we're fishing. I'm back on lenwade again. I hadn't done a video for a good part of 2-3 weeks now, I think. I have been fishing. I didn't fish last weekend, but I did fish 2 weekends before. Didn't film it because I was just trying out some new products, and I wanted to test to make sure they're right before I show it to them. So they seem to work alright, but anyway, I have had a fish the last time we fished. I say it wasn't last weekend. I think, well, when was it now? Sort of middle of, we'll come to the end of November. I fished over there in peg 18. Got a new shell. I just want to try the shelter out, and some new rigs and some new leader as well, and a different bait to what I normally use, which is quite nice because it's the sticky bait's bloodworm. Now I had glugged it up in a fish oil bait soak, and then I topped it off with the cloudy bloodworm liquid, and I put a few of the bloodworm pellets around as well, just so it sticks to it, and obviously when it goes in, it just adds the extra attraction. And as a result, so I had one 18.5 mirror. Picture would be sort of somewhere, well, on the screen somewhere. I will show it to you. Yeah, so that was a bit of a result. I think I blanked the week before. Remember correct, I think I did blank, and then that one last time I didn't fish this last week, and like I said, seemed I had other things to do. I had a right good old go through my gear and this, that, and I tidy up. And yeah, it worked out alright. So, but we're fishing today. The weather has changed from the rain we had yesterday. It's actually quite mild. We do have a southwesterly wind coming down this way. I'm not fishing at the end, the other end into it. I'm fishing peg number 9 out near the island. I've got one just to the left of the margin. I just got my cup of coffee, so I'll show you in a bit. Got one just to the left of it, and I've got one just not quite on the corner, but just a little bit in. The bait on it is I've got a snowman rig with the bloodworm and a bloodworm 12mm pop-up, 16mm and a 12mm, so it's on the snowman style. And that's the right hand rod. Just had a knock on that as well, bobbing up down for a couple of little beeps, but pulled into nothing. So that's just before poured this out, and then back to switch the camera on. So I'll put it back in the same spot and see what happens. I have a feeling it was a bream, but yeah, never mind. I'm not going to worry about it. The middle rod is on a sticky vortex on a little dumbbell, and the left one is on a bi-marine, straight to the bottom. And that's, like I said before, usually done a club water. It's glugged up in that glug stuff, and I've actually put some of that fish oil in it as well. No, I bought the bloodworm for the munch bait's bloodworm. I poured it in just to give it a bit more hydration. Sorry, attraction. So yeah, I'll show you in a minute or two. I'm just going to drink my cup of coffee, sit back and relax, and just let them do the magic now. So we'll see what happens. We've just done a day session, so hopefully see if we can bag one out. And my rod's on a skew with. If I turn the camera, you won't notice it. Right, I'm waffling on. You can keep an eye on them. I'll drink this and have a roll in a minute. Sandwich. Do from that. Well, the middle rod has a little bit of activity on it. I have a feeling, alright, that could be bream or something small pecking away at it. And that's all it's done at the minute, so a little bit of activity. Right, let's just quickly show you the baits I'm using. In there, I don't know if you can see that very well, that's sort of a mixture of Super Maze Tutti Frutti from Bait Tech, and the other one is Strawberry from Bait Tech in the maze. A few little tutti frutti boilies in there as well. Unfortunately, that is the guilty culprit. I don't know if you can see that. Let me set that on the other hand. I do have kind of a reddish hand. It does smell nice. That's besides the point. Now I've got a 12mm sticky bloodworm on top of a what's the name? Bloodworm as well. And I've got one of them vortex from sticky baits as well. You can see that very well. Yeah, there you go. I've just got one of them and I've been glugged up in that little bad boy in there. Now this has gone onto the other one. I just want to quickly show you just here. Just move my bobber. I think that's this one here. Now in there is it's from Sticky Baits, it's the bloodworm bally, 16mm, coated in that bait soap as well as the cloudy liquid as well. It's been there quite a while, soaking a while. I've got a few pellets there as well, soaked in the same, and that's the bloodworm pellet, just so if I spoiled anything out or whatever, that adds extra traction. So they're in there, been soaking quite nicely. And there's the same, that's the Marine, and that's their version of the bloodworm, as well as being mixed in as well with some of that around that way. There you go. So that's had a bit of a glugging as well. I've chopped some of them ballies up and crushed them and put the powder over the top of them, hence what you're seeing there. And there's the pop-ups for them, 18mm. So that's just on a bottom bait on its own over a bit of that made up bait. 2 spots over each. Now where we're fishing, we are just on the edge of the island, right there, sort of just around that region there. The other one is just sort of around that where that little ripple bit is, just before that. So there's a load of pads out there, so obviously I'm not far from that. And the left hand one just sort of down there, that tree. Each have got the hemp on it, the maize on it, just for visual attraction, and sort of basically go from that really. So that's all I can really do at the minute. Like I say, a couple of little beeps on the right and the middle so far. Funny thing, they're bream. I just hope they're not. So yeah, we'll go from that. Just like I say, I'm here just for the day. I'll bring the rods in probably a bit later on. I'll show you the rigs I'm using, stuff like that. It's basically the leaders I'm using at the minute. I've had a complete change. I've gone with the pin down from Avid Carp. I've got the tungsten one from ESP coated, weedy green and gravel brown. That's just quite nice to use. I quite like that. I've also got the ghost line from ESP as well. It's ghost stuff. I forget what it's called. I'll have a look in a minute. And yeah, that's basically what I'm using at the minute. And all the hooks are ESP hooks. Even the new, I've got the new trick cam. I haven't used the rig though. I haven't used them yet. Yeah, so that's basically what I've gone for at the minute. Yeah, seems to work okay. Happy with all that. And yeah, you have a grand lucky edges area. I'll just plonk it back over here. I'll try and keep out of the way. So yeah, that's the stuff I'm using at the minute. That's the bait I'm using. I've kind of not gone for the sweet approach at the minute. I'm just trialling and experimenting. 20 past 11. I've been here since 9 o'clock. I've been done the tour of duty and I got yapping, so I was a bit late setting up. But we're here, we're fishing. A couple of little knocks, bream perhaps, but at least to say there's something about. Let's just hope we get a carp. See what happens. Keep an eye on them. Right, it's now coming up to 12:30, just gone midday. Apart from me having a little snooze, the middle rod and the right hand rod have had a little few beeps. Now there seemed to look a bit of a pattern going on there. Right hand rod went not screaming but a couple of little beeps, and about 2 seconds later the right hand one went off. So I don't know if I softened close under the tip, it's coming in, because I've got my back lens on and it's hitting the line and then hitting the other one, or if it's softened out there, because they're not that far apart. If someone picked it up and then gone along and then picked the other one up, but obviously something small, so it's not big enough to pick the actual bait up itself. But apart from that, that has gone absolutely quiet. So I might bring them in and have a recast and just see what the bait is like, if I've still got any on. And I might actually stick out a bag or a little bit of mesh, just with a few boilies and a little bit of pellet as well, just to give it a bit more sort of the added attraction of the smell of the bait. But not a lot. I'm only going to put about three boilies in it, if I put any in at all. I don't know yet. The left hand rod has been absolutely dead. There's nothing on that whatsoever. I didn't really expect that one to go off. Although I might later on tonight. I've done that before. And the other two are playing up, and then the left one was the quiet one. That was the one that ripped off later on. So I'm going to leave that where it is. I'm not going to touch it whatsoever. But I might just have a quick look at the other two in a little while. Give it another, I don't know what's time now, so it was 12, so give it another 15-20 odd minutes or so. Give me enough time to finish having a cup of coffee and obviously have some dinner as well. And then I'll bring it in, have a look at it, and I'll show you what the things are, which I think you have seen before. But I'll show you again anyway, just to refresh the memory, because it helps me. And we'll go from that. So at the minute I'm going to leave them 20 odd minutes or so, probably about 1 o'clock I reckon. I'll probably think, if I don't sit here and nod off again. And I'll clip them up and I'll get them back in the same spot again, probably on a bag or a mesh or something like that, and we'll go from there. So for the minute I'm just going to drink that, sit back here, watch the water, because it has nipped off a little bit as well. And yeah, go from that. So you can carry on watching them. I'll drink that. Right, as promised, what I've got here, just get a bit of line out there. Right, that leader is the pin down from Avid Carp. That is quite a nice texture to it. I reckon that would probably blend into the grain as much as possibly as you could probably get, and it is quite supple, so you can see, like the leader, it's quite supple, so it makes it nice and easy to use. It's not stiff or anything like that, so when that go on the floor, obviously if it is slack, loose for whatever reason, that will blend over pretty much everything. Straight down to the pin down stuff, it's all nicely camouflaged brilliantly, and I think that's the ESP leader, that one there, and that's the ghost one, and the vortex wafter. So I can't remember what that hooker's called, but it was obviously an ESP one. Can't remember what it's called. But that's one of the rigs anyway, and I didn't clip up when I brought it in. Never mind. So yeah, that's and obviously just a 2-ounce leg, flat pair. So that's the leader. That's £50 on there. All three rods I got it on. They do seem to be quite nice to use. The other ones have got the pin down on it. This is the only one with the fluorocarbon on it. Bottom baits, snowman rig style, so it's sort of similar to that, just a snowman version. And yeah, so there's the rigs I'm using. Quite straightforward, nothing rude, trust me, there's nothing complicated about it. And sometimes the easier it is, or the less complicated it is, the more results you get. So I'm just going to stick on a bag onto that. on there. So just like normal, just going to hook it in there like so, and just use that to launch out, and that's all I'm going to do. Nope, I lied. Again, CSP one. Not that's the other one I got pinned down on. That's my snowman rig. That's the bloodworm from Sticky Baits, and a 12mm popper. And it still really stinks. Really stinks. So yeah, that's basically the rig I'm using. Again, pin down from leader from Avid Carp. Avid Carp, all the new pin down stuff. And obviously just a ghost line, and obviously the hook is the ESP as well. So that's pretty much basic as you can get. There's nothing complicated at all. Don't like the complication side of things. Sometimes you can overdo it, sometimes you can work. Depends on where you go, what you and how you wish to fish. Nice and simple, straightforward. Hasn't let me down yet. So that's the other one. So I'm just going to make up a little bit mesh bag for the bloodworm on that, and with an instant with a right hand rod. Put my little bag of mesh on. Went to cast out, and it pinged down there, right in front of me. I thought I left the bail arm on, but I hadn't left the bail arm on, which is a good thing. It actually somehow, don't ask me how, but the line got caught around the clip. So when lucky with a hard a distance cast, just gently clipped out and then straight down, and it caught me clip. So had to make another bag up. Yeah, so mesh up, sorry, and launch one out there again. Yeah, looked a right idiot. Never mind, that's fishing for you, and there's nothing you can do about it, but there you go. That is the trials and the traumas of it. We've all done it. I've put a bit of pellet out there as well. I've got a bit of the old Sticky Baits bloodworm pellet. I think they're little 4mm. Don't know if you saw that tip bob then. The right hand was not alarm, it just bobbed. Well, seems to be a bit of a disaster at the minute. It's now come to 2 o'clock, 10 past 2. Since the little bit of activity I had earlier on, it's gone really quiet. It's gone pretty dead actually. Even the pike anglers had a bit of a struggle. I think there's been 1 or 2 little jags to come out, but nothing horrendous. There's a chap down on the corner there, I don't know if you can see down there. Pike angler, he was over there. He's now moved over there, so I don't know if he's had anything or what, I don't know. The chap who I was speaking to a little while ago, Steve, he's had a brie, mate. So he's packed up and gone home. Which I don't blame him really, catch a brie, well, yeah, fair enough. But I think that's what my 2 little bites were I had earlier, from over the back there. Like I said before, I got one over there, got one up there. The only 2 activity ones have gone off. I have a feeling they were bream. So, kind of glad I didn't land one. That's not really what I want to catch on the carp rods, and the slime and everything else to go with them. So, as it stands at the minute, we are still fishing. It's not over till all the rods are in. And I'm in my cart going home, and then the day is over. So there's still plenty of time yet. We've got at least another good part of just under 2 hours left. So let's hope at some point today we can get one before we go home. Right, it is now 3:30 or 20 to 4. Night is slowly starting to pull in. I'm on the slow pack down. Nothing has happened whatsoever as yet. So it looks like a blank, but it was just nice to be out, so I'm happy with that. I'm quite good. Bit fresh air in the old lungs, as I say. Plus I got back on the bank again. Didn't fish last weekend, so I was looking forward to it this time. I don't know if I'm going to be fishing tomorrow, which will be Sunday, because obviously it's going to be, well, they forecast rain and winds and this, that and the other, and I don't really fancy packing down in the rain. However, as always, what I'll say now is it's a blank at the minute. Unless something happens between now and I pack up and go home, hopefully, fingers crossed, if I'm not fishing tomorrow, hopefully we'll see you next week. But we'll see more nearer the time, so it's just a case of watch this space. So I know it don't get dark as quick to do down here as the club water, we'll see. Hopefully we'll catch you later or next week. So goodbye from me in a minute. You can watch them. Hope they go off.